Hey guys, Blind here, and today's PSA is a little different from the normal ones I run. Today we're not going to talk about stuff related to Vox for once. No offense, Vox Populi. I love you guys and always will. I'm going to just take things a little different today, and I should have quit after one. But I saw something the other day on Vox that made me realize what I've missed so much. Cannons. I love to make cannons, and by cannons I mean TNT, things go boom, other things go blah. So we're gonna, thank you, sheep. We're gonna start off, and I have several different designs of cannons, and there's the basic cannon, which I love because I'm talking, not you. Wait your turn, because it allows you to use basically any material that be it wood, wool, sand, or stone to make a cannon. So I'm just going to demonstrate the basic cannon, I call it. It's real simple, and I'm probably going to end up fast forwarding in between cannons just so you guys don't have to be bored to tears and watch me running between cannons. Yeah. Now, basic cannon looks basically like this. You got your water source block that flows keeps the TNT from blowing up the cannon itself. Now, you can't just make it work like this, because if you notice I have a half block here, this will cause the TNT that I'm shooting to get lobbed, and in order to place it somewhere I need a block to place it against. Now me personally, to ensure that it falls properly, I put a half slab here, because as you probably already know, and I'm about to demonstrate because I have nothing better to do, TNT has a tendency to jump when it is lit. Doesn't always end up where it's supposed to end up. That can cause a problem, as you can see. So, by putting something in there, stay back, stay back, stay back, I can ensure my TNT stays where it should. Now, it's really hard to run along and light every piece of TNT. Get a constant explosion that actually has some range to it. So obviously we're going to use redstone. I just felt like being that guy and showing you how ridiculous it is to not use redstone. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get to work here. This is the way I set up my cannons. Not everybody's going to set up theirs the same way, and that's totally fine. I'm acknowledging that right now. I set it up with one redstone button and a bunch of repeaters so I can delay it. That way it's a hit a button and I'm good. Like I said, it's still your basic cannon, though most of your basic cannons will have 2 wires and 2 buttons. One button sets off this line of TNT and the other one sets off the projectile, we'll call it. But just for me, because I'm lazy like that, I like one button, because push the button and sets off the line, and then it sets off the missile firing, and bam, problem solved. And the great thing about this is I could run possibly 2 cannons off of one button. Don't believe me? You ready to see? This is where things get fun. So now I'm on my second cannon. It's no big deal, right? It's basically just a basic cannon. It's just been... Why is my frame per second dropping like a stone? Oh. Anyways, basically same design, same cannon. And all this does is it just... I'm surprised my regen stuff isn't working yet. Anyways, all this does is ensure that if you didn't hit it with the first shot, having a double cannon, if you have something standing, say, downrange between the middle of these two, all you're really doing is ensuring it's either really dead or scared as hell. Look at that symmetry. Now, you see that? Accuracy with this kind of cannon, not too good. But it does lob the TNT, fair, decent range. I mean, let's just do some quick math here. If I started off at an X of 67, and it flies till it hits an X of, well, this looks like the center right here, 106, 67 minus 106. You do the math, you'll come up with a good answer. Because 67, 106, it's 30 blocks. Actually, sorry, 31, 67, 41 blocks. Sorry. No, wait, 39 blocks. Sorry. Yes, 67, 106, 39 blocks. Math, the more you know. Anyways, that is the basic cannon. And that's a double cannon, all in the same shot. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna give you a really quick sneak peek at what as in now. Now this design a little bit more complex. You have to use 2 buttons, but on the flip side, your launch to cost ratio is about equal, if not better, because if you launch this cannon right, what'll happen is you'll fire off 2 or 3 more pieces of TNT than you're using to fire it. This is what I call a scatter cannon. It uses, it's crooked as hell, isn't it? Yes, it is. I gotta fix that, guys, don't mind me. By putting my water source block in the middle of my TNT line, I allow it to float the TNT outward and cause it a more of a wide face. Yes, this is a little bit more unwielding, and this is not as quick to reload as that is, but if you're coming at if you're a bunch of guys charging a position and you see that looking at you, you're probably a little bit more nervous and are like, should I really go at that place? Is it really worth it? It's a question you'll ask yourself. And a question which I love to answer with a no. Now, you notice how that one was? Scattered TNT everywhere. I actually didn't have enough dirt TNT on this side, so let me fix that real quick so it's more even. Now, basic parts to a scatter cannon are, you got your water trough, which your projectile TNT sits in. You have your source block, which you don't put TNT on unless you want the cannon to blow itself up. And then you have your stuff getting launched. Great thing about the stuff getting launched is it's basically the shotgun of the cannon mold. It's a scatter cannon. Faster you hit the button after the initial one, faster it fires. But look at this arc. Granted, you can't control height, distance, or any of that, but you know what? Still pretty stinking intimidating when you see that just freaking TNT come flying at you. If you want to control, or at least attempt to control where your TNT is going, you put on what I like to call chokers. These are things that'll kind of force this TNT to go only the direction you want it to. The more choke you have on it, you can have up to 3 blocks outward of choke, and that'll control its distance. 2 I usually find is enough. 3 is if I'm trying to just not go to the one side because I'm worried about destroying something valuable, like another cannon. You can count up to usually 3. 1, 2. As you can see, that was a really high lob. I counted really slow on that one. Now, the quicker you are to the initial push, the sooner it'll go off. But on the flip side, if you time it right, you're able to lob it pretty far. So this cannon can have some range. It all is dependent on the user. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, bad day to be in the wrong spot of the range. Now, that was our basic models of the basic cannons. It gets a little more complex from here, and I don't think I should show you too much more other than this one last design for a cannon. It's extremely simple, extremely simple. I mean, if it gets any more simple than this, I'm just gonna kick myself in the ass for making something too simple. Again, I bet this has been used somewhere. Basics. 3 pieces of TNT to launch 1. Necessary items. Half blocks. Prevent your TNT from jumping and causing you to have a bad day. Last necessary item, button. 1 button to trigger off that, the other button to trigger off this, and watch it launch. Very nice, very simple cannon. Very simple arc. You got your 3 pieces in the water. Okay. Anyways, to make that cannon, you need 3 by 3. You need a 3, 3, 2, basically. 1 layer of 3 dirt, 1 layer of the other dirt, and a 2 layer on top of that. Your button goes in the middle. Your half blocks go around it. You can even make the front one a half block if you want shallower of an arc. I use a ladder. You can also use a fence post for a higher arc, a half slab, or a pressure plate will give you a very low arc. Anyways, and your source block goes in the back here. As long as my source block isn't touched, I can put the TNT around it. Now, important you put the half slabs, because these are going to prevent it from jumping back and causing you to have a bad day. Putting the other piece of TNT there just to keep it from jumping forward, because it'll drop down and in. Without these half slabs, it won't drop down and in. It'll just drop wherever it feels like. Now, once again, drop it, count as long as you feel comfortable, and then hit the second one, and as you can see, much flatter arc. This cannon, this type of cannon, I use for, if you time it right, you can lob stuff pretty high up. Say somebody's on a wall that size or taller, properly charged thing, you can lob this stuff over their wall and hit them. Not bad for a little simple cannon, now is it? Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been somewhat informative, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!